This spring, we are focusing on several higher education institutes to find out the latest campus news.
We are kicking off the series at Vincennes University, where Nicole Christine met up with President Chuck Johnson. She joins us with his spring update.
Well, Mike and Dana, Vincennes University's main campus may be located in the heart of Indiana's oldest city, but the school is focusing on the future and ways to innovate campus life.
Vincennes University is tired of being maybe one of the best kept secrets in the state of Indiana.
Vincennes University President Chuck Johnson says he hears too often that people aren't aware of the school's accomplishments. But in recent years, one of the world's largest tech companies took notice of the school's potential.
Amazon approached us. We were the first school in the country that they wanted to work with to create a whole new apprenticeship program, actually 2 different models of an apprenticeship program. Bring folks from all over the country to Vincennes for 12 weeks of intensive training, and then they go back out in their fulfillment centers, whether it's in Arizona or Washington State or Maine or wherever it might be.
VU's collaborative robot or cobot training program is expanding with 2 labs already set up in Jasper and Lebanon.
So we will be soon setting up a 3rd full lab here in Vincennes, where we'll also be establishing a center for applied robotics and automation, and that will be our core academic and training group.
As temperatures rise, construction zones are popping up on campus. The largest project underway now is the renovation of the administration building, which Johnson says has a price tag between $5 and $6 million.
A lot of the work is being done on infrastructure there, HVAC, electrical work, as well as trying to reimagine the student interaction space there so it is a more inviting, welcoming place for students to come and talk about sometimes some challenging issues with finances and financial aid and things like that.
As the campus renovates and expands, Johnson said one of the main goals is to keep things green.
We've done a lot to try to make sure that our facilities are compliant with a lot of the regulations and expectations for green energy and such. And we're looking at ways that we can build on that too. Our Ag Center just north of campus has a lot of space for students to experiment with new plants and things like that, as well as working with new technologies that make farming greener and more efficient.
And as higher education across the globe adjusts to a new normal after pandemic shutdowns, Johnson says VU is making sure to refine in-person learning.
I've always been of the opinion that when we require students to be physically present in a classroom or a lab environment, we need to up our game to the point where we can't replicate that by having them watch a video. So if you're just writing on a whiteboard and lecturing, that's probably even better done on a video, because a student can pause it, they can replay what was just said, they can pause it and go up and get a bite to eat or whatever it might be, they can come back to it, they can watch it 3 times. Whereas in a live lecture, that's just not as rich. So we need to make sure that we're doing things that really kind of elevate the learning experience when we have them here in person.
And Dr. Johnson had a lot more to say about the new ways in which higher education institutes must operate in light of the pandemic. You can read more from our sit-down interview with him on our website, mywabashvalley.com.